Hi, Boys and Girls Club of Northeastern Pennsylvania. I'm here with Marywood University's Accounting and Finance Club, and we're going to continue with the next Money Matters lesson. We're working on Unit 3 in your workbooks. Congratulations on making it this far. We've completed our second unit of Money Matters and have been continuing the journey of learning what we can do to achieve the dreams that you have for your future self. We have already examined post-secondary options and career options, and we learned how your post-secondary choices can support your career goals. We've also discussed the cost of continuing your education and options for minimizing education debt. You also learned about paychecks along with mandatory and voluntary deductions. And additionally, you learned about managing your credit and strategies for using credit cards responsibly. So Unit 3 is our last unit, and we're going to travel even further into the future and talk about your life once you reach your 20s. You're going to learn how to make good financial decisions through adulthood to achieve your goals. This includes learning how a credit score works. So this next lesson is going to be focused on credit scores. A credit score is a number that's assigned to a person that indicates to banks or lenders the ability to repay a loan. You want to have as high a credit score as possible. So we're going to talk about the 5 factors that impact your credit score. So what is the first factor that impacts your credit score? And I'm going to ask the Marywood students to help give these answers. So the first factor, Daniel.
The first factor would be your payment history, which is how you have paid your past credit accounts and whether it's been on time.
Okay, thanks, Daniel. Yeah, this helps a lender figure out the amount of risk that they will take on when extending credit. So what are some ways that we can improve this part of our credit score? Zach.
To pay your bills on time and to also pay back missed payments.
Okay, good. Thanks, Zach. Okay, what's the second factor used to calculate a credit score? Matt.
The total amount owed, and with that, lenders are really interested in seeing how much of your credit limit you're actually using.
Very good. Yeah, if you have a lot of money charged on your credit cards or you owe a lot on a loan, it's an indicator that you're stretched too thin and are at high risk for not repaying. So what are some tips to improve this factor? Onisha.
So the first thing you should do is just pay off any existing debt that you have. The second thing you should do is just avoid taking out any loans that you can't afford.
Okay, good. Thank you, Onisha. So what's the third factor that impacts your credit score? Thomas.
The length of your credit history. A longer credit history will always increase your credit score.
Good, Thomas. Thank you. How long you've had credit and how much you use are considerations. However, even people who haven't had credit long enough may have high credit scores depending on how the rest of their credit report looks. So what are some tips to improve this factor? Michelle.
Be responsible with your credit from a young age, and also don't close your credit cards just because you don't use them.
Okay, good. Thanks, Michelle. Okay, what's the fourth factor that impacts your credit score? Jackie.
That would be the types of credit scores that scores take into consideration the types of loans that you have.
Good, Jackie, thanks. What are some tips to improve this factor? Darren.
I would say having a credit card, but using that credit responsibly by opening up just a few accounts.
Okay, good, Darren, thanks. Okay, so what's the fifth factor that impacts your credit score? Caitlin.
The fifth factor is credit accounts. So it's considered riskier if you open several credit accounts in a short period of time.
Okay, good, Caitlin. Thank you. Yes, it's important not to open too many accounts too quickly. So what are some tips to improve this factor? Daniel.
Don't take on multiple types of debt in a short period of time, and take your decision to open credit seriously.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. So thanks, Marywood University students, for helping us explore the topic of credit scores. So Boys and Girls Club, hoping that you are taking all of these into consideration and you'll think about this in your future before you take out a loan or open up a new credit card.